one time for the one time. Dallas got the ass whooping of a lifetime. I think it was the largest margin of large stop, largest margin of losing, however you say it, for the Cowboys. So since Jerry Jones bought the team. But yeah, largest margin of, you know, for the loss. So don't surprise me. Lions came there, did work. Obviously, we know what happened with Aidan Hutchinson or whatever. Um, Come on, man. And we'll talk about it. We'll address that and how they can replace him, how we think they should replace him, how they are gonna replace him. But yeah, man. I mean, the game was the game. It was personal. Regardless how many starters they had out, it was a personal game. Last year, we feel like the refs took it from us, but really a game really never comes down to one play. They talked a lot about CD Lamb and, all the yards he had last year. But about 100 of those yards, 100 of those yards came on the play when Derek Barnes whiffed on the quarterback sack that would have got us a safety versus Dak. People got to remember that, And, even though I think he ended up with 189, maybe two something, like about half of it came on the play that Derek Barnes should have made, but he didn't. So, it was a lot of self-inflicted wounds. And this year, it was personal. I mean, last year was still personal. Remember, they beat the Rams, and they was hoping to go play the Cowboys. And Aidan Hutchinson said they was a little disappointed because they wanted to go to Dallas and play the Cowboys in the playoffs. They was a little disappointed by that, let down. But, last year they robbed us on Jimmy Johnson night, Ring of Honor night. Anybody that know anything about the history of the Cowboys know about. That's why Jerry Jones still ain't won another title. But guess what? This year we had a better opportunity. We could throw this in all the great Cowboy victories, 91 playoffs. Mike Fury, didn't we win that game when he knocked the star off the wall? Everybody talking about T.O. doing the dance. Remember Mike Fury? He threw the football and the star fell. Calvin Johnson jumping over 17 Cowboys for the touchdowns at Ford Field. So you could throw this up to the pantheon of great Cowboy wins in the Detroit Lions history. And, on Jerry Jones' birthday. So, I was impressed. The corners played well, and I think they're gonna be willing to live with some of those man-to-man holding penalties they get. They're gonna live with them. And PIs, and most of them was holding penalties last year. They're gonna live with that. They're gonna let them get in the groove, play sticky coverage. They're allowing their linebackers to play sticky coverage. They're allowing the corners to play sticky coverage. And like I said before, they're going to live with that. And they did a great job. Jalen Tolbert was on fire coming into this game. They kept CD Lamb under 100 yards, had him crying. And he ain't never been that good to me, and I've been saying that. He ain't never been that good in my opinion. So, with that being said, they dominated the line of scrimmage, and we knew Dallas couldn't run the ball. We knew that. We knew Dallas couldn't run the ball. I feel like this lady followed me for whatever reason. But we knew Dallas couldn't run the ball. And, why even try to run the ball versus Detroit Lions, top 4 run defense? We stuffed the run. The run was stuffed before the football was snapped. Ezekiel, Rico, didn't matter. Dak, CD got to hand it off. He got blasted out the backfield. It didn't matter who ran the football. The Cowboys got to understand, when Dak and them was actually winning games and seemed like they had some momentum, they was able to hand the ball off and they was able to run the football. That's how you win football games. You need a quarterback, but if you can't run the ball, stop the run, you ain't gonna have no success, because eventually you gonna get up into inclement weather, or eventually you gonna get in a situation where you gotta run the football. And if you're running the football, it could be to preserve a lead, it could be to 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 grind the clock. And if you can't run the football, I mean, we whooped their offensive line. We whooped them. That even after Hutch went out, we beat them like they stole something. Their offensive line had no answer. Tight ends, tackles, guards, center, they had no answer. The Lions, Dan Campbell got a really good post on his team, because he said it felt like they really about to turn that corner, and they really did. I don't know if it was something that he seen in practice. I don't know if it's something that he just had a sense. He told us to be patient, and like it or not, even if people in Detroit say, well, SOL is dead. I think I heard Dan Miller say that. It's in the back of everybody's mind regardless. It's in the back of everybody's mind. So it just doesn't dispel that easy. But he got a really good post on his team. And really, at this point, we just ready for, Sam Laporta to show up to the show and Jahmyr Gibbs to start popping those big ones. So I feel like he was close to popping a big one yesterday, a couple of them. So we didn't need him this week versus Minnesota, because that's going to be a tough game without Aidan Hutchinson. But, for the most part, if you don't run the trenches in the NFL, despite what they're saying about quarterback play, you can have all the great quarterback play that you want to, But if you can't control the trenches, if you can't run the football, and you can't, block nobody, you ain't gonna have a lot of success in this league. In Dallas, I was surprised that I was very surprised that Jerry Jones paid them that money. But the reason Jerry Jones, why is somebody's dog loose at the apartment complex? I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Come on. No pit bull fights out here. You're a 7-year-old senior. You old man. I think the right there. But yeah, like I said before, no, I don't want to get in no pit bull fight. I will leave your ass out here and not claim the lost dog. But on a serious note, I just feel like, Dallas Jerry he feel like he just want to, he on borrowed time, and he just want to get a championship, and what he should do when to go out there and do it, got a running back, he should have gotten them into, he should have got DJ Reader. Thank you. He should have got DJ Reader. He should have got a David Montgomery. And shout out to David Montgomery for getting the bag, well deserved. He's a huge part of changing this culture in Detroit as well. So shout out to David Montgomery for getting the bag. So he's a huge part of changing the culture in Detroit. So, but Dallas, like I said, they're 3-3. I think a lot of people thought they was hot after they beat Cleveland. We didn't know Cleveland was going to be hot ass. I mean, Deshaun Watson is cooked. Deshaun Watson is 100% finished. That's like, I think Ben Simmons got a better chance of coming back and being what he was. But, I mean, Tim Patrick with a hell of a play down the field. That was a great ball, and he kind of getting into the thick of things, and they gonna need him. They gonna need him. So it was personal. Yeah, it was personal. It was trying to get the offensive lineman to score. Double tap the screen to like the video. You know, and the referees was really saving Jerry Jones the embarrassment. Let's keep it real. They was trying to do everything, in their power not to let those guys score. You probably could have caught a pass interference on that Decker touchdown, to be honest. They was trying to save Jerry Jones. They was trying to save face for Jerry Jones. They wasn't going to let the Lions score, offensive lineman score. And the referees was being super duper petty, But the only reason they didn't get 60 was because of some of the holding calls. That pick by Brian Branch, that was textbook. Everybody's saying that's a terrible pick by Dak. That's a terrible pick by Dak. Well, what I say, that was just a great play by Brian Branch. Whoever Dak beat on that corner route or that flag route, whoever he beat on that flag route, anybody would have threw that. You couldn't really see Brian Branch. Anybody would have threw that. And Brian Branch he had Tolbert. I seen Tolbert pop open first. That was my thing. I seen Jalen Tolbert open first. So I thought he was going to hit Tolbert, and Tolbert was going to kind of, get in there for 6 to the flats. But once again, they telling Dak Prescott to throw the ball and to feed CeeDee Lamb. Because the correct throw was to check it down to Tolbert in the flats and make him make a play and make a move on Brian Branch. That was the correct play. That was the correct play. But he threw the corner route, and Brian Branch read his eyes. He going wherever CeeDee Lamb going. So he going wherever CeeDee Lamb going. So that was a phenomenal pick by Brian Branch. So that was phenomenal. I had to give that to him. I think he don't get enough credit. But I think Dak should have still checked it down to Tolbert. But maybe Branch would have made a play. Maybe he wouldn't have made a play. I just would have checked it down. They probably would have got in. But we held them to 3 field goals. They was fortunate to get that. So I like this Lion team. It's actually one of the first teams to match the identity of the city. One of the first Detroit teams to match the identity of the city. Hardworking, blue collar, scrappy, use their paws and don't use utensils to eat. They eating right out the bowl. That's what the city of Detroit is about. A blue collar, hardworking team. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, their teams are always built like that. They build on toughness, grittiness. You know what I'm saying? You remember. It's been, the Pittsburgh Steelers really ain't never been a flamboyant type of team. And it's a little bit different in Detroit because a lot of these coaches come in. Steve Mariucci. Remember Mike Martz was the offensive coordinator. He was the dude who orchestrated that championship Rams offense. A lot of people come here, they see the turf, they see the dome, and they want to make us the greatest show on turf, type of offense. For years, we would get all these yards with John Kitna. We would get all these yards with Matthew Stafford. But we wouldn't put up no points. We wouldn't put them points up consistently as far as touchdowns. We couldn't consistently do it with on a consistent basis when it mattered. So then that became the issue. So, and a lot of times with Stafford, the thing was they didn't think Stafford wanted to run the football. So they just wanted to throw the ball around and be the greatest show on turf, be a high-flying act. And, once they bunkered down and strapped their nuts on, and then Campbell came in here, and Matt Patricia tried to implement it too. Patricia tried to come in here. And run the football. He tried to have them practice outside and, this loud-ass truck. He tried to have them go outside and, practice outside in the cold and all that other type of shit, and it didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work. So, um, but Dan Campbell came in, said we're gonna run the ball, stop the run, and everything else gonna follow after that. And that's what they did. You know, Dave Montgomery. I said that was an upgrade from Jamal Williams. I proved that was factual, and a lot of people had a lot of emotional connection to Jamal Williams. Come on. They had an emotional connection to Jamal Williams because um, come on. Because you know the Green Bay Packer game and the little monologue he had at the end. But you know, here in New Orleans not doing a damn thing. Looking old and slow. And Dave Montgomery, I don't know why Chicago let him go. Me and Tyreek Cohen both baffled by that. You know, when Trubisky was looking like a half-decent quarterback, it was because Dave Montgomery was running the ball. They was utilizing Dave Montgomery. And like I said, a lot of times when they hand these guys money, especially these quarterbacks, they want the quarterbacks to be the star of the show. They want the quarterbacks to be the star of the show. Even if it means, you know, they ain't gonna win. You know, a lot of these organizations, they give these dudes all this money, and they want to see them put up yards. You know, Trubisky could have kept handing the ball off, got better, you know, with David Montgomery as running back, and maybe he could have figured it out. But a lot of these owners treat the NFL like it's a business, like it's a regular business, and it's not. You know, well, I'm paying, you know, $100-200 million for a quarterback. I want to see him drop back and throw it 30, 40, 50 times a game. You know, stop. I told you stop doing that. I want to see him drop back 30, 50 times a game and win the game. Instead of saying, you know, whatever we need to do to win the game, let's do it. They don't look at it that way. You know, whatever you need to do, let's do it. So, you know, for the most part, me and Benjamin Flo a couple weeks ago said the same thing about Jared Goff. Well, you know, since they gave Jared Goff all that money, you know, were they trying to make him the star of the show by making him throw and pass and all that? So, you know, was that the case? And apparently, come on, man, my dog getting on my nerves. But I don't think that, I mean, obviously that's not the case now. They got back to running the football. This is all you do. Ain't nothing even come out. Y'all seen it. Stop. Ain't even nothing come out. This nigga just be peeing just to piss on shit. I'm gonna snip you in a minute, bro. It gotta happen. What you think about getting snipped? He like, man, I'll bite you. That almost happened one day. Come here. And then the kids outside today. I guess it's too cold for these. What is Gen Zers, Gen Xers? I don't know what the fuck these generations call Gen fucked up. But yeah, I like the way they operated on Sunday. They made us proud, more than proud. You know, back in the day, this team didn't play with a chip. It didn't play with swagger. You know, if they put buffs on, somebody in the city would have clipped their wings. And shout out to Chauncey for getting into the Hall of Fame. I didn't even know they had the NBA Hall of Fame. That's how much out of the loop I've been. But yeah, I didn't even know they had the NBA Hall of Fame. But shout out to Chauncey. Put the buffs on, I heard. But Tim Patrick, he's going to be an important piece. You know, his ability, his body, his ability to get down the field, you know, he's going to be important. And even you see him doing this thing, right? even now with him getting in there, now you see Khalif Raymond kind of going to his natural position as the fourth receiver, and now he's starting to do his thing. Come here. And even he's starting to do his thing now. So, that's what happened. And, I mean, Jameson Williams, what else can we say? Only thing I can say is I wish I see the brother get more targets. He had to drop. And I think he was thinking touchdown before the ball hit him. So it just hit him in the chest. He didn't even get a chance to drop it. But in the very next play, it came back to him on the over route. He caught it. And then he smoked Trayvon Diggs off the line. It didn't look like Trayvon Diggs was ready. He beat him off the line, got a free release, and ran a deep post or whatever? I don't know what the hell that was. Come here. Miles. He just be doing what he want to do. He just do what he want to do. But yeah, that was a nice play in golf. But couldn't have threw it better. Stop. Come on. Stop. Miles. Now if I put you in the cage, I'll be wrong. But yeah. So, Myra St. Brown, him and Jordan Lewis got into it again, and they got blew out, and Jordan Lewis called him a bitch. I'm like, dude, if anybody was a bitch, it was y'all yesterday. Let's keep it real. Philly don't look good. All the heavy hitters in the NFC North, San Francisco ain't look good. They shaky. Miles. Yeah, San Francisco ain't look good. The Rams injured. The Seahawks don't look good. The Cardinals, that was my little sleeper pick. They don't look good. Tampa, they should never beat us. They don't look good for real. Tampa should have never beat us. But New Orleans kind of... Go, I don't care what you do. But New Orleans, since Spencer Rattler looked pretty good yesterday. Low-key, Spencer Rattler looked pretty good. I don't know how they lost that game. They was kind of in it. But Carolina. But our division is a fucking beast, bro. We play Minnesota this week. I ain't gonna lie, I'm leaning towards Minnesota this week, especially without Hutchinson. I'm leaning towards Minnesota. Is it in Minnesota? I believe it's in Minnesota. So, coming off the bye, Miles, I'm kind of leaning towards Minnesota right now. I'm doing a little bit more thinking. They look dominant. They look dominant. Aaron Jones look pretty good over there. Is it any real difference between him and Josh Jacobs this season? I don't know. But Chicago 4-2. They easily could be 2-2. 2-4. Will Levis gave them a win, and then Stafford and them came there without healthy. They beat Jacksonville to sorry in the mofo, and they beat Carolina. So he's starting to get on track, but he ain't no Jaden Daniels. They just playing bums. So, but Chicago got a good defense though. So everybody in it. Jordan Love, he back doing his thing, and he looked good yesterday. Got Romeo Doubs on track, Christian Watson on track. They got about 4 or 5 receivers at any given moment. Wicks, Reed, Michigan State people know him. Dobbs, Watson, so they got about hella weapons. Josh Jacobs, he ain't what he once was like 2 seasons ago, but maybe he just getting warmed up. So our division is treacherous. A lot of these division games don't count for 2, and if you lose on the road, that might count for 3 or 4 kind of like losses. So yeah, a lot of these division games about to be critical. It's gonna be critical. It's gonna be critical going into the division. Miles, come here. Come on, Miles. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm like, why I gotta cuss? Why I gotta cuss? Huh? Sit down for the people. Sit. All right. Why I gotta cuss at you? Tell the people why. Down, down. Come on, go. Oh, somebody left a frisbee out here. Here, I want to see this ninja catch a frisbee. You might still be able to do so. You ready? I think you can still catch this frisbee. You old as fuck now. Well, come on. Hell no, the frisbee broke, y'all. He could have got it. Frisbee was broke. I would have got it on camera. He used to be quite the athlete in his prime. But yeah, about replacing Hutch before I get off here. I mean, we know how to. Come here. Are you good? Sit, 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 sit. Come on. But yeah, we about replacing Hutch. We know which way they're gonna go. You know, they're gonna go the frugal route. So the frugal route they're gonna go. The biggest splash you're gonna see them do they make the biggest splash is gonna be Zadarius Smith is the best case scenario. Yep, that's the best case scenario. Is Zadarius Smith. Come on. That's the best case scenario, Zadarius Smith. But what I think they're gonna do, trash can. Might go to somebody practice squad. They're gonna be in the trash can for one. So I think they're gonna lean on the guys they already got. James Houston, the guy they elevated from the practice squad. Who else we got? Pascal and Anzorki to play the edge. So I don't really see them. I think if you say, well, a second best case move is probably or Alec, what's his name? The dude from the Giants that played in Georgia, or Ordry. I can't pronounce. Aziz Alardry. I think you may see them go out there and get him. You know, a couple other names that probably won't be a possibility. Chase Young ain't doing shit with the Saints. Where did Jadeveon Clowney go? I ain't heard his name since he left Baltimore. So, yeah, I ain't heard his name since he left Baltimore. So, there might be some low-key names, but Zadarius Smith from the Browns could be a guy they go for, but the Lions gonna be in the trash can for an edge rusher. It won't be anybody of significance. So, you know, remember last year they needed defensive tackle. They went to got Tyson Alualu. That motherfucker was 50 years old. So, you know, yeah, he was 50 years old. So, yeah, I don't really see them doing anything significant. Especially you talking about Max Crosby and Myles Garrett giving up multiple firsts. I don't see Brad Holmes doing that, giving up multiple firsts and doing all that for right now. I mean, Myles Garrett would be a hellified pickup. You know, that'd be a hellified pickup for them. So, you know, that'd be ideal, to be honest. That would be ideal. But I don't see that. I don't really see that happening. So yeah, I don't see that happening. So, but yeah, I don't see no Crosby, no Garrett, no Hendricks from Cincinnati. I think if you best case scenario, Ordry or Aziz Alardry from the Giants, Zadarius Smith for the Browns. I think that's your best case scenario. So you might hear Randy Gregory. Maybe they sign Yannick Ngakoue off of the Ravens practice squad, force them to sign him to the 53-man roster. You know, I remember Kaminsky went down, Davenport went down, Hutchinson went down. So you got to know Josh Pascal's injury history. Even though he made some big plays yesterday, yeah, you got to know his injury. So, and I think they needed a defensive end before we got to yesterday. Before Aidan Hutchinson got injured, we needed a defensive end. So really, in reality, we need two. Now, other names that's been thrown out there, Josh Allen, he go by Josh Hines Allen for the Jacksonville Jaguars, has been a name that's been out there. He just signed a lucrative contract too. I wouldn't mind that. I think we tried to draft him one year, and Jacksonville took him right before we went. So, come on, they took him right before we went. So, but other than that, that's pretty much it as far as major names that's available. So, in an ideal world, I would probably say if I can get Myles Garrett, I would fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Next season, you got Aidan Hutchinson and Myles Garrett, on, on the same team as nasty work. Hey yo, if I can get Myles Garrett, that I'm doing that easily. It ain't a long move. Second guy we got from Cleveland, JB Bickerstaff. We got him from Cleveland. I'm liking what I see him from the Pistons under JB Bickerstaff as well too. So yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. I'm gonna do a Pistons preview when they first game. If anybody know when their first game is, let me know. So I can do it. But I didn't see the game last night. The Knicks and Timberwolves preseason game was lit. But yeah, I get Myles Garrett. I mean, Crosby's nice. I heard a report, which I just seen it on the internet, could be fake, that they wasn't willing to part ways with Max Crosby. But Sunday might say a lot. Sunday might be the litmus test on how quick they go get somebody. If Sam Darnold back there, jugging and juking, and Sam Darnold pretty athletic too. So, but Aleem McNeil came alive as a pass rusher last week. He came alive as a pass rusher last week. So, but I think they got. I mean, we can, James Houston is cool. Pascal is cool. Anzarike as a big end is cool. But they need about one or two of them motherfuckers now, dude. About two, to be honest. The second one ain't got to be nothing of significance. They picked that dude off, Cam Gill, off the street to the practice squad. I don't know much about him. But, yeah, they got to go get somebody. A couple somebodies. So, the free agent list wasn't much on there. I think Randy Gregory might have been like only guy named, but didn't he just not show up to the Dallas Cowboy practice? I mean, to the Denver Broncos practice, he just didn't show up. So that was crazy. He just refused to show up. So yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. So, but yeah, other than that, man, I don't really have a Rolodex of guys. Just guys I've seen around the internet or guys that's in bad situations. You have a great team. I hope Hutchinson can recover, come back. Yeah, it was a fractured fibula. I thought that bitch was a clean break. I thought it was a clean break, but they saying it was a fracture. So I thought it was a clean break, like one of them. I gotta put a rod in his leg breaks. So that's what I thought it was, looking at it. But apparently it wasn't that. So it was a fibula fracture, I think 6 to 8 months or 4 to 6 months. So that's what they saying it was. So, but he needed a running mate anyway. So yeah, he needed a running mate anyway. But you think Patrick? Well, he working out real good. I gotta give me some ketchup. I'm trying to figure, do I want to run to the gas station or run to the store? You know what? We gotta walk around, Bucko. Come on. I'm trying to figure out. I'm about to just run to the store. We can walk right on over there. But I could drop you off. I don't even feel like tying you up. Drop you off. Dan said today, no hurry to make a move, but it's not that they ain't looking. Yeah, that could be the overplay for the underplay. So if there ain't no hurry to make a move Sunday, they be making the move by Monday. Hell yeah, she go left by Sunday. Motherfuckers make a move by Monday. Bar. Yeah, Tim Patrick, he just need opportunities. Then they trying to work Allen Robinson in. Would you see him record as number 3? Now you see Khalif making some plays. That's the number 4. So well, yeah, got him off. Walk to the stove. Get these comments out the way. He says he needs lamb chops. I like that. In the past, if a key player got hurt, the other team will start coming back and eventually win. SOL. That's facts. Dan said, okay. He said they got to go get some guys off the street that's cheap. You know they is. And Dominic Sue coming back. But that's all I got, man. Let me run to the stove. Appreciate y'all for watching. Peace.